Hello and welcome to the Iris of Hope podcast. Today we have a beautiful special guest. Her name is Briana Smith. She is a writer and a creator whose story of coming out as gay at 32 years old after a 12-year marriage to a man and 4 children later has resonated with millions of women around the world. Today she writes and speaks about late in life, coming out as a lesbian, her religious deconstruction, her self-trust, and her rebuilding a life that feels true to her. Through her writing and her ungovernable inner circle membership, she is creating a space where women feel less alone and finally have permission to choose themselves. She is currently writing her first memoir and sharing her journey on Instagram, TikTok, and Substack as Briana K. Smith. All of her information and links will be linked below on YouTube and Spotify. Please welcome Briana Smith.
It's perfect.
So I really want to talk with you. I'm going to see if this is better. No, it is not. About more so allowing you to share your story on, because if I remember correctly, you are what people like to label as like late in life lesbian. Okay, so when did you really like start to realize that you are gay, and then what that looked like for you? Because that's been also my story. But of course, as you know, it's always unfolding. It's always,
Yes.
there's pieces and layers and levels to all of this.
Oh, totally.
Yeah.
Yes. It's a long story. So yeah, feel free to chime in whenever. But I was raised in San Diego, California. I was Mormon. So I was very, very devoutly Mormon growing up. My parents raised me very Orthodox. So that means I went to church every Sunday as a kid. And then sometimes during the week, there was like church groups. And then in high school, I went to church every day. So it's called seminary. I woke up at 6 a.m., would go before school started in high school. And then I would then have like youth group sometimes on Wednesdays or Tuesdays, and then church on Sunday. So I was in church every day, basically, and girls' camp, the whole thing. I was very conditioned to be devoutly LDS, which means that you're basically conditioned to be heterosexual from infancy. Because it's very, in the Mormon Church, like it's very, very much part of the doctrine that man and women get married, and like women can't go to heaven without getting married to a man in the Mormon doctrine. So that was ingrained in me since birth. Mormonism, you're conditioned to be straight your whole life and get married young and have babies young, and it's very much culty. I mean, cult experts say that it's a cult. So I've kind of grappled with that and kind of come to terms with that. It's a cult, and cults are spectrum. So a lot of people assume that a cult means they're like killing people and sexually assaulting children kind of thing. But it's a spectrum. So anyway, I was very much in this mindset that if I don't do what God wants, or basically what the Mormon Church wants, then I won't go to heaven. Wow. And it's very interesting because in high school, I was exploring my sexuality a little bit. I went to a performing arts high school. So everyone there was a little bit more fluid and really artistic, and it was easy to express ourselves, or easier. There wasn't like all these cliques and anything like that. It was a really beautiful high school experience that I had. And I was kind of exploring my sexuality with girls. Like I would make out with girls, just her and I at sleepovers, kissing in the pool to see what it felt like to make out underwater, things like that.
Yeah.
And it was really great for me and really fun. And
I'm sure
I
conflicting
felt,
also.
well, I didn't even think anything of it either. I thought it was normal, like a normal part of girlhood. And I didn't feel bad. I felt worse about doing things with boys than I did with girls, because that's what I was taught was like a big sin. Like in the Mormon Church, you're taught that sex before marriage is next to murder.
Okay.
Like, because you're doing the act of bringing life into the world. So it's almost the same as taking life. Yeah. So I was terrified of that.
Yeah.
To have sex before I was married and all of that. And so I ended up going to a church college in Idaho, Brigham Young University in Idaho, and a big piece of my soul kind of died there. I'm not a small town girl. I wasn't really finding my community there. The boys that were options for me to date weren't like what I really was into. I felt more like a prospect than a student there, because everyone is looking to get married.
Yeah.
So I ended up meeting my ex-husband now, but I met him when I was my first semester. I was 18 and we started dating, and we dated for about a year and a half. And then that's when we got married. So I got married when I had just turned 20 years old in the Mormon temple in San Diego. And started my married life with him. And about 3 years later, I had my first baby. And then I had a baby every 2 years after that.
For me, it was 3. It was crazy.
Oh, yeah, that's crazy.
I also lived in San Diego, too, for a period of time.
Oh, where?
In, what is it called? The gay area.
Hillcrest?
Non-coincidentally, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I love Hillcrest. Yeah, I would go to Hillcrest all the time as a teenager and loved it. And I've always been like that ally. You know what I mean? Like the gay, like I love the gays. I had gay friends in high school. I had openly out bisexual friends in high school who I was making out with, like girls who were like openly bisexual who I was also like doing gay things with.
Yeah.
It's so funny. And so I love Hillcrest.
I was always I've always been the one to help the guys recognize their bisexuality and help them feel safe in it too.
Oh, I love that. Yeah, because there's so much stigma around men who are bisexual, which
really
I think is
harsh.
Ridiculous. Yeah.
Yeah.
We have a long way to go with the homophobia.
That's why this is so fucking important. And I feel it in my soul, because I know I'm not the only one, but me being able to bring my healing energy, my soul energy, my presence to this sphere and space, I strongly know and feel that this is me bringing a divine level of healing into this arena and being able to talk about it. The things that are hard. Yeah.
Yeah. No, I relate to that a lot, actually. I feel so divinely guided in this and so heart-led in my mission that the fear is so much quieter than the vision that I have.
I love that. I'm getting chills the whole time.
Oh, I love that. Yeah, I totally, like every single step of this has been so right. And when I was coming out, I was looking for people to speak to this experience in a way that I needed them to, in like very specific parts of it. And I wasn't really finding that. It was difficult for me to find women in the like hardest part of it all.
Right.
And so that's why I started creating content around it, because I needed that. I needed someone to be like, you're not crazy. You're not broken. The things you're feeling are normal during this process. And it's just so much to dismantle. It's so much to go through.
It is.
And it asks so much of you. And it's not even because in a lot of ways I'm on the other side of certain parts of it, but then also there's just another layer after layer after layer to uncover so much healing. I write on Substack right now. And
cool.
I've had a Substack since September, and I came out publicly on my Substack in November. But I'm writing one of my essays right now where I'm just angry. I have so much anger because now I have time to actually sit with myself and not like try and heal my nervous system in a way that gets me out of panic. Like now I'm out of the panic, and now I'm left with anger. And it's not all consuming anger. It's just a quiet, like,
flame.
Yes. And I don't know what to do with it because I try, I meditate on it. Exactly. Yes.
That's what it is.
And talk. You're so right. Because it's angering to think about, you know, how I didn't know this part of myself and how people didn't understand. I felt so misunderstood. I felt so lonely. I felt so judged, you know, all of these things. But then also, you know, gaslight, like people gaslighting me when I told them I'm gay, as if I don't understand my own experience, you know, things like that. And it's like, trust me, I've gaslit myself my entire life. I'm not. I'm like, I don't need you to tell me that my experience is invalid.
Right.
So anyway, I know I'm going off on a tangent, but
no, you're not. You're fine. All of this is important.
Thank you. It's a fascinating thing to understand these parts of yourself later in life and have to uncover all of these layers of trauma and unlearning and then learning and then healing and boundary setting and connection with yourself, with others, and creativity. That's another thing. Like I feel this explosion of creativity, and I think it's because sexual force comes from the creative part of your body as well, because I mean, as women, we are creators and you know, of life, and it all comes from that same place. And so it's fascinating to like see myself blossom in these creative ways as well. It's just been really amazing, and also the hardest thing I've ever done.
I understand. And yes, in the root chakra, when you're blocked because you're not flowing the way you should, because your soul's not expressing itself in every way, your creative energy can also get blocked. Your manifesting energy can get blocked. All these things get blocked when you're not living in your full embodiment and truth. So when you open that energy up, it's like all of a sudden your soul's flowing. That's also what you're feeling, is that fire, your soul's fire. Like all of us are having that flame. That's just like, do it now. You're here. This is what you literally worked all your life for. It's time now.
Yeah.
Like we're in an apex of change on this planet. And I also wanted to say that you have worked so hard to get to where you are. So just remember to also take moments of reflecting on how far you've actually come, and the fact that you did what so many are afraid to do. Like, you did it though, and you were brave, and you faced all that bullshit that you were indoctrinated with since you were a little girl. The fear of hell and fucking damnation and all this bullshit. You literally your soul said no, and you said, okay, I'm going to trust that, and I'm going to go into this. And that's huge. A lot of people stay in that fear. You're welcome.
They do, because the fear, they would rather live in a known misery than an unknown or uncertainty in general. But the thing is life is not certain at all. No. You can have it perfectly, like I did. I married a man who was financially stable. We bought a house. We had 4 kids, blah, 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 all of it. And I had not expected to have a gay awakening at 32. No way. No way. Life is so uncertain. You can't predict it. But I also know to speak to you about the soul is my soul was waking up. I had left the Mormon Church 4 years before I came out as gay because of the homophobia. I was like, I don't agree with this. I don't believe that they're speaking for God, because you're taught that these men who live in Salt Lake City speak for God. And it sounds ridiculous saying that out loud, but that's what you're taught.
Mm-hmm.
And I truly believed that until one of them said the most homophobic thing. And it just, I was struck to my core and devastated. And I had to go through so much therapy to heal from deconstructing the Mormon Church. I developed insomnia. I developed OCD, anxiety, depression. People don't talk about the physical of leaving a high demand religion / cult. They don't talk about that. It's not easy. It's one of the hardest things you can do to dismantle you're waking up from a make-believe universe. That's traumatizing.
Right.
And I just know that was meant to happen 4 years before my own coming out, because if they were to all happen at once, I don't think I would be here. Like, I don't know. I don't know where I'd be. I'd be somewhere in a loony bin. There's no, like, I don't know if I could deconstruct and come out as gay all at one time. Crazy times.
Yeah, it is so much. And I understand more than you realize, not with necessarily the severity of the Christianity and the church stuff, but so many other levels and layers to all this, which I'll share more. But for those, before we move forward, for those who are experiencing this feeling caged by religion or family beliefs or whatever it might be, what would you be open to sharing some of the steps that you took so that they can kind of have like a guideline or a blueprint of like, well, maybe this is an idea of something I can do?
Yeah, it's in terms of the religious aspect or coming out?
Well, I would say for both, but how did you, like, what were your steps when you decided like, okay, this religion is just not for me, and then maybe lead into like what your process was for feeling strong enough to come out? Yeah.
I think the religious part was more of a slow roll for me than coming out was. I heard the guy from Salt Lake City who I thought spoke for God say some horrific homophobic bullshit, and it put me. I was on the floor, just not okay. And my ex-husband told me, I was crying to him over and over again. I was devastated. He told me, you don't have to agree with him. And that blew my mind. I had never even thought that I could disagree with these men. And so then that kind of started my dismantling. Well, it's like, if I don't believe that they speak for God, then what else do I not believe? Yeah. And so I started getting really curious, and I started just vocalizing my thought processes with my ex at the time. And then I found a therapist who specializes in deconstructing the Mormon Church.
Oh, wow.
And it was really good. I saw her for about 1.5 to 2 years. And that really helped me. I was still going to church. I wanted to be a part of it in a way that felt good for me. It was definitely just kind of a slow process out of Mormonism. And then I was, into Christianity, which Christianity doesn't view Mormonism as a Christian religion. But that's a whole other topic. Yeah. But then I was like, okay, I'm a Jesus girl. And then that felt good for a time. And then I started deconstructing Christianity. And now I'm just like a spiritual woo-woo girl. And I think just getting really curious about what you really believe and trying on some things and seeing if it feels good, if it works for you, talking to other people, surrounding yourself with people who have convictions and things that you also are convicted in is really helpful too. Yeah. And if something stops working for you, don't force it anymore. It's time to let it go. And that's really painful. to let
Right.
certain beliefs that once brought you comfort go when they stop working for you.
It's
But that's
confusing.
your soul telling you that there's something else that will feel better
Hmm.
to believe or to feel, because a belief is just a thought you keep thinking. So you can change your beliefs at any time if it feels bad.
That's
So
right.
now I'm really into manifesting and thought and how we can create a reality with our thoughts. I'm really into visualizations and EFT tapping. I'm sure you know what that is.
Good.
Yeah, just like nervous system regulation, feeling really good in your body. I love Abraham Hicks. Not
Hmm.
sure if you know who she is, but she's the best. Joe Dispenza, I love him. Meditation, all of that stuff. So that stuff works for me, and that's where I'm at. And then
I
when it
love
comes
that.
to coming out, I realized that I'm not straight when I had thought I was straight for a long time, even though people in my life told me I wasn't.
Yeah.
And I just thought being like, I was in a straight relationship. So I was like, well, I'm straight then. And it's so funny. I realized I was gay. My whole body, I just asked myself, wait, am I gay? My whole body, just like this truth buzzing. That's all how I can describe it. And my soul was finally like, yay, finally. Like,
Finally.
yeah, that's how it felt.
I
Like
just
she
got
was like,
chills
oh
again.
my God, you figured it out. Thank God. Yay. And
Hmm.
that it felt like as much as painful as it was also this massive relief too.
Right.
Um, and so that was kind of a quicker thing for me because I was already feeling feelings for my now girlfriend. And I was just ready to be done in my marriage. I was ready to stop ignoring myself. I was ready to be me. And without even knowing that that's what my body was like guiding me towards all these years, I had no idea. And then I was like, oh my God, I can't live one more day against myself. And so I
I get
came
it.
out. I like deconstructed my sexuality within like a month span. Came out to my ex. A few weeks later, we separated, and um, I'm like completely in love. And I am like never thought that this is how human beings could feel. I'm constantly like saying to myself, this is how people feel. People have the capacity to feel this joy and desire and passion and pleasure and elation. I just had no idea that this is the capacity of human beings. And
I
it's,
can feel your joy, and I love
thank
it.
you. Thank you. And it's wonderful. And it also, I think, takes feeling the discomfort of certain emotions and allowing that and knowing that you'll survive them
Hmm.
without abandoning yourself
Yeah.
to feel the high emotions. I think they play such a big role in each other.
Yeah.
And I think it takes bravery for people to allow these lower emotions to exist.
It's deep bravery and courage. Sorry, I'm just muting my phone
No, you're fine.
because it's really hard to process the level of hurt and pain and grief
Mm-hmm.
that we have to process in order to get to that part, which it's like I've worked myself through it so many times, but then still been in the middle of the other parts where,
Yes.
like, you can see in my eyes, like, my spirit has been sad because I haven't fully been able to transcend it all the way because it's been so heavy. But I also
Yeah.
know for me that because I've been shown all my life that my soul has a bigger mission,
Mm-hmm.
and it's like I'm also transcending it for a lot of my soul connections, like my sisters, my soul sisters, like my soul family. It's like this
Yeah.
bigger level of work that I'm doing, and I understand that my soul took it on, but at the same time, sometimes it's really heavy.
Yes. It is
Um,
really heavy.
Yeah, and just processing my own stuff is a lot, but like then I realize I'm processing this like whole collective shift that I'm helping and we're all here helping happen on the planet. It's so big and powerful and so deep and yet so small in this span of everything in existence, you know? But here it feels big. I mean, it's a lot, it's heavy, it's big work for this planet. And
Yeah.
so, yeah, I love hearing all of that from you so much. It's healing to me, and I
Oh,
know
I love
it's going to
that.
be healing for so many people because there's so many people that are trying to pull themselves out of those situations, out of religion, out of
Mm-hmm.
marriage, out of
Mm-hmm.
deep bonds with these people that they've been with, and the guilt. Talk about like
Oh.
we have to the guilt is like
Mm-hmm.
a fucking massive ball of
Mm-hmm.
emotion that's in the middle of all of it all the time, that especially us as women, because we're the care provider, we're the nurturer, we're the lover, we're the one that takes care of everything for these men, and then all of a sudden we're like, oh shit, sorry, I really like need to be with women, like
Mm-hmm.
that's what my soul and my whole being like needs. And then they're just like, well, what do you like, where does that put me, you know? And so then
Yeah.
it's like this whole conversation and dynamic shift. And like I loved the decentering men initiative that happened because it
Me
really,
too.
yeah, like that really put it into perspective of, oh, this is like cellular memories, like this is like from
Mm-hmm.
way back, tribal shit, like the men, the shaman, the medicine man, the husband. You
Yeah.
serve him first. He eats first. We make all his favorite meals.
Yeah.
We take care of the man. The man goes out and provides, and we take care of the children and the man. It's so ingrained in us.
Yeah.
And
Generationally, like you
yeah,
said. Yeah.
I totally was that. I
Yeah, me
still
too.
am like that
Mm-hmm.
in certain ways, but now I could easily see me that with a woman as well. It's just it's ingrained because it's
Mm-hmm.
just like I want to provide, I want to love on, I want to nurture, I want to take care of. But that started with the woman and the man. And yeah, I
Mm-hmm.
get it. Like that is the way the natural order of things, but at the same time, ever since the beginning, there has also been women and women and men and men. And that's the part that people need to understand, that just as natural as it is for a man and a woman to come together and procreate and live a life together is just as natural and normal for a woman and a woman and a man and a man. It's not
Mm-hmm.
fucking weird. Like
Mm-mm.
it's part of nature.
It's normal, like you said. Yes.
Yes, and I really feel like I need to touch on the guilt more.
Mm-hmm. That's the
How
biggest thing I hear from women is the guilt. That's the hardest part for them to move forward from is the guilt of it.
do you mind
Yeah.
sharing some of your process on how you worked through yours?
Yeah. Yeah. Guilt is a tricky one because it still creeps in sometimes. But I think it's the thing about guilt that I've learned is that you're able to heal guilt. You're not necessarily able to heal knowing that you need to pivot your life and not doing that.
Mm,
A lot of women are waiting for them to forget that they're gay or forget that this ever happened to them
I
or
tried for
to
17 years. It does not work.
it doesn't work. And your body will just keep telling you, you'll feel so misaligned.
Hmm.
And to me, the definition of alignment means when it's my neighbor. Can you hear that? I'm sorry, my
It's
doorbell's
not
ringing.
loud.
Okay. Definition of alignment to me means that when your internal world and your external reality match. So
Hmm.
that's what alignment means to me. And the longer that you sit in your internal world misaligned with your external, the louder it will get. and the guilt of thinking about what you would do to this good man. I put it in good in quotes because this good man you're married to, the children, your family, societal expectations, all of that can be healed. And yes, your kids' lives will change. Your husband's life will change. Your life will change. But your life also matters.
Yeah.
And a lot of women forget that everyone else's truth and life and happiness and joy needs to come at the expense of themselves. And I disagree with that wholeheartedly. And there have been studies, and we can look them up, and everyone can do their own research on them. But there's so many studies on happy mothers and fulfilled mothers and how that is so amazing for their children. And children just want a happy mom. They're not asking you to sacrifice yourself. And, but as women, we're conditioned to, like you said, put everyone before us, the man, uphold the home, keep everyone level and steady and happy, while you slowly die inside. And I don't think that is the way we should be living. And I think that's why speaking on this and you doing what you're doing, your mission is so important, because living a fulfilled, aligned life allows other people to find that fulfillment and alignment as well. Because if you're trapping your family in a lie, that's going to not create alignment for them either.
Yeah.
And you're going to spin your tornado of misalignment around everyone that you come into contact with. And so the guilt of it can be healed as you live more and more in your truth. I don't think that you can heal the guilt and then do it. And then live in your truth as a gay person. I don't think that's how it works. I think the more that you live in it and you step into it, despite the fear, despite all of it, the easier and the easier the guilt becomes, or the easier it heals, and the less you feel it, because you feel good.
Right.
And your kids survived. And your ex is going to be okay. And it's, things start leveling out, and you realize that you're happier and you feel better. And then that creates a better home for your children, and they get to see their mom in a whole new way. And you're allowing them to have a version of their mom that they wouldn't have had you not done this. And I think that's a beautiful gift that you're giving them.
That's a really great way to put it. Thank you.
Thanks.
I'm definitely still working through some of this deeply. And I think also it's really important for me to mention, and it's kind of heavy, but for those who are in a situation where they want to live their truth, but the male partner that they're with is basically you're their last option, where then there's an added layer of guilt that's really heavy and thick and difficult emotionally and mentally and spiritually, physically, all the above, because I've experienced having that where they're well, if I'm not with you, then they're going to end their life, essentially. And I feel like that happens to women. I personally have experienced it a lot, but I feel like that happens to women a lot more than we talk about, because I guess it kind of became normal for men to act out like that. I'm not saying women don't do that too, but I've had that experience with men very often, too much. And that just really is such a heavy burden and guilt to hold on to, because you're okay, well, then it adds that additional layer of well, if I want to live in my truth and be happy, I gotta accept that person that I've been loving and taking care of and it's been my partner this whole time could die. And then what? And then how am I supposed to be happy? So it's that's also been part of my sadness in my spirit, is that I've been dealing with, that I haven't talked about.
Oh,
So
I'm so sorry that you're going through that. That's a really heavy burden.
it's really hard. I'm
Hmm.
trying I'm trying not to cry, but it's really, really hard, and it's been a several year process. So but anyway, so with with things like this where we're kind of trying to like shift and as you said, pivot our life into the direction our soul wants us to go, there can be really, really deep, heavy things that come along with it. So I feel like
Yeah.
you've done so much good work. I mean, going to therapy and doing all these things that you've done, because it is hard. It's hard for a lot of people to just fucking sit with all of it and just have to mentally and emotionally acknowledge it when a lot of people are working full-time jobs or just trying to
Hmm.
take care of the kids. And it's like,
Hmm.
people feel like, who has the mental capacity to like add therapy on top of it? And then, oh, I have to talk about it. And in the mental resistance that comes along with like, why already moved past that? I don't want to talk about it.
Yeah.
So, but doing the work, doing the EFT is extremely powerful. Sitting and talking about things. As women, especially, we have a biological need to verbally get things out. That's literally a very visceral way that we release trauma and heavy emotions that are in our body and spirit.
Yeah.
And that goes all the way back to tribal times. I mean, that's just the way that we're
Hmm.
built. So it's just so important to do these steps, and I'm working on it as well. But it's also like me, I'm a master healer, I'm a shamanist, so it's like I do all this work. So for me, finding people that I can actually sit down and talk to on that level
Hmm.
who can help me in
Hmm.
return has been difficult,
Yeah, I bet. I
you
bet.
know.
Yeah.
So, because I do all the things. I mean, Esther, Abraham, all. It's such a beautiful, beautiful gift to this planet.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, I mean, I do EFT for years. I've done all this. I've done energy work all my life. I'm a master
Hmm.
of energy healing in multiple different modalities. I'm a shamanist. I'm a lot of things, and I, I feel like though those of us who are like so multidimensional and like real, like the real healers here, and I don't mean to like take away from people who are healers. I'm just saying who are the teachers, the masters.
Hmm.
We tend to have like really, really deeper, like much more deeper, really hard shit that we go through where it's just kind of like we kind of just need a break. Like it's like, oh my God, like now we're adding gay in here, and
Oh, right.
I've been,
Yeah.
I've been doing this for. So you want to hear like a little bit of my story on
Yes.
this?
Yes.
So I knew, so okay, so when I was a kid, I really never felt like comfortable with like, because boys would always want to do is spin the bottle and stuff like that. I was just talking to someone that's really close to me. I was talking to her the other night, and I was like, I do remember when I was a kid and like the spin the bottle and all that shit, and every time it would land on a boy, and I would be like, I don't feel comfortable with that.
Hmm.
I remember saying that to them, and they'd be like, well, you just, and I would with the girls. They're like, well, you just kiss her, and I'm like, yeah, I'm okay with that.
Hmm.
But and then like ever since I could remember, it was always the guys, the boys that were super perverted, super like encroaching on my personal space, like trying to be really like very handsy and like make me very uncomfortable. And
Hmm.
I grew up, experiencing that like multiple layers, like as a child, junior high
Yeah.
school. I feel like in high school though, like because I had really traumatic experiences when I was in junior high, when I lived in San Diego actually, and then left. I talked about it in an episode in my other podcast, 12 weeks ago ish, I think. Well, actually, I don't know when that was. I'll have to find it. But anyway, um, about some of my experiences. And well, I also talked about it with Hava Ramadan. She's a spoken word. She does spoken word on here, poetry.
Oh, nice.
She's got over 1 million followers now. I'm so proud of her.
Wow.
Yeah, she's a beautiful, beautiful soul. Her story's really aligned with mine from when we were younger on some of the stuff we experienced, which was an intense connection to make because my story's insane.
Mm.
But yeah, really, really intense. Like I was almost taken by
Oh my God.
like bad shit.
Oh.
But I was saved because I am divinely protected, thank God, in
Hmm.
universe.
Yes.
But yeah, just like really heavy shit. And so it was very conflicting and confusing for me anyway, because I was already like, I had had like really heinous shit happen from men, but I still tried to date them. I dated them like in high school. I say dated, but really we didn't like date. But I was with them in a relationship. I was, sexually active with them, things like that.
Hmm.
And I was only ever like I had a relationship with one person, and then like I broke, when I broke up, I'd take some time and I'd try again. But it was always weird. It never felt like I didn't realize this until I was with my ex-husband, that I constantly, like, I would always disassociate.
Hmm.
And I thought that it was just because of the trauma. And I feel
Hmm.
like it partially was. But then also, like, I also realized, like, after, so, okay, so I had my first son born with him. I already had a son, Gabriel. And he was about, I want to say he was like 2. Or wait,
Hmm.
I don't know. I don't know how old he was right now because my brain's kind of on so many different channels. But um, no, he was. I think he was maybe close to 3, somewhere around there. But anyways, he had a heart condition, so that was like also traumatic. The
Yeah.
biological father of him was insane, like super
Mm.
fucking crazy shit that I already had. So it was just like trauma, 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 abuse, 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 trauma, trauma, trauma. And I don't
Yeah.
know if that was just God saying like this isn't like the thing you're supposed to be doing, or if it was just karmic shit that I needed to play out from past life stuff, or both.
Hmm.
I know I was supposed to bring my children here. I do know
Hmm.
that for certain, in a
I relate to that totally. Yeah.
sense where I I feel like I was getting clues.
Mm.
But then like I was sharing with the person I was talking about, the one that's real close to me, um, different things, like things that came up recently more where I was kind of like, because I've been through a lot of trauma and it affected my memories like a lot,
Mm.
like
Mm.
so many fucking years, which is crazy. But again, like each level taught me, like it pushed me through my soul's evolution of like learning the healing modalities and how to transcend, how to transmute things, things that I
Hmm.
now can use to help others. But like we can be done with all that hard shit now.
Hmm.
Like really, but
Hmm.
but I was like unpacking different shit. So I was like, okay, well, I realized around the time that I was in junior high school that my mom's ex, and the reason I ran away in San Diego, I used to have posters on my wall, and he was like heavy on not narcotic type pills, and he
Mm.
drank a lot of beer, so he was just like mentally fucked. Like,
Oh, he's fucked up. Yeah.
yeah, and so he would he would verbally abuse me and also physically, and
I'm sorry.
it's okay, and he would I mean, it's not okay what he did, but you know what I mean? You don't have to be sorry, but thank you. But he would like have moments where he would look at like in the middle of yelling, he would look at my posters and go, why the fuck do you have them on the wall? Are you fucking gay? Like, are you,
Hmm.
and then say the dyke word and shit. And I'm like, cause they're pretty. I don't know. And so then I liked basketball. I played basketball for a long time. It was my thing. So then
Hmm.
I got these posters in a magazine of Chris Webber and Allen Iverson. Then I got yelled at for that because Allen Iverson used to be a drug addict and don't fucking have him on your wall and whatever. So I
Mm.
was like, well, fuck, I can't have shit. And
Hmm.
then in junior high school, these guys would bully me because I would wear like baggy pants and I literally dressed like a boy.
Mm-hmm.
But like also a girl. So I had like my girl shirt under a flannel. I wore
Mm-hmm.
girl underwear, but then I wore boxers. And then I wore baggy pants and I sagged them a little bit. And then I had a wallet with a chain.
Mm-hmm.
That was like a
Love
whole phase.
it.
That was
Love
like a
it.
whole phase of my life.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And then I had like, then I did like the cornrows and the twisties and oh my God, like bandanas, all types of shit. Cause I grew up around like really hood people, but then also like really super Christian people and all of the mid, just the whole spectrum.
Mm-hmm.
So I was just, yeah, multifaceted. But I had guys at school that would make fun of me. Are you fucking gay? You know, I bet you, derogatory shit about women.
Mm-hmm.
Um, really mean, really intensely fucking mean shit. And so then they said, and I remembered it got stuck in my head. They said, that's fucking nasty if you do that, eat. And first of all, I'm a fucking virgin at that point. Like, I,
Yeah. Yeah.
I didn't even know, I didn't even have a chance to know.
Yeah.
And so I was getting bullied for being gay. I was getting bullied for whatever, all the things. So I didn't even have like an opportunity before I was like getting shit ingrained in here and in my heart and my body of like, ooh, well, it's people are going to be really mean to you
Mm-hmm.
if you're gay. So, or even want to be, or even bi. Like, how dare
Oh
you?
yeah.
Don't even fucking try it.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, okay, well, if I'm with a guy, I won't get treated like that. That was like what happened subconsciously.
Yeah.
So then I tried, doing that and it just it never worked out. It was never a good experience for me really, except for I think a couple of experiences I genuinely had that were good, but also really surrounded by a lot of really intense shit. So I was like, I can't say they were all the way good, but they were
Yeah.
better than what I had experienced outside of that. Anyway, so
Mm-hmm.
I had a point where I had my middle son. So had my oldest son, he had heart conditions, was living in like chronic fucking anxiety and fear, always praying every day for him to heal.
Yeah.
Going to Christian church with my grandma at that point. I was like
Mm-hmm.
anything to like help me feel like there's going to be some hope, some good things, like feel some God in my life. And I would go to the church, I would go to like the women's group and try to do like make friends. And I even volunteered at the clothing closet at the church, and I was like super like involved and everything. And then I met my ex-husband,
Mm-hmm.
and he really helped me to start breaking down because this was our soul agreement, and I can see that. He really helped me
Yeah.
start breaking down the programs and paradigms of the religious beliefs
Mm-hmm.
because we are ancient souls, and he does have past lives with me that I became aware of later on in life when I started doing past life regression and like really uncovering shit that was my soul was already trying to show me. I'd have moments where
Mm-hmm.
I would lay next to him, be halfway asleep in theta, and then like have a past life with him come up, things I didn't understand at the time fully, like him having me fucking killed in an ancient life in China, and me, what I was his wife, I was a queen and he was a ruler in a Chinese dynasty. And and I spoke out and said, no, the fuck, we're not making an agreement with that motherfucker. And then he, to save the ordinance and the fucking and the temple and all the people, he agreed with the ruler of the other dynasty that kingdom, that he would have me taken out. And I used to have this vivid vision of like when I would be laying next to him, and it would be at nighttime, and I would literally see me dressed as a ninja, and I had a sword on, and I had another weapon over here, and I would always jump off this ledge, and it was nighttime, and then I would see someone come up behind me, and that was it. I didn't know what happened until later on. I had past life regression sessions done and figured out that it was him.
Wow.
Yep. And then we have lives in ancient Egypt where he did not so good things, and they were very prominent lives, very like
Mm.
powerful lives.
Mm.
So, so this was a soul agreement. I understood it more and more later on. But at first, I was just like, "What the fuck is going on? Like, what is my life and what's happening?"
Mm-hmm.
Of course, we can feel like a victim in those situations because we're just kind of like, you're being mistreated, and why is all this stuff happening? And you're confused because you're like, well, this person is like helping me and like helping my evolution and teaching me things, but then also like mistreating me and doing weird, sneaky shit. So it was a very conflicting, confusing relationship, off and
Mm-hmm.
on literally for 17 years. But
Wow.
yeah, it was intense for a very, very long time. Almost 17 years is a really long time.
That is a long time.
But I was shown when I was about, I'm thinking like it's crazy that I'm sharing so much on here, but I was shown when I would say, I don't know how old I was, 20, 21 maybe, when I had Kai, my middle son.
My son's
So
name is Kai too.
really, that's
Love
so,
that.
that's wild. How old is he?
He's 8.
Wow. Yeah, mine's 17.
Wow. Yeah.
Crazy.
Mm-hmm.
He he was 6 months old, and I was having these like recurring dreams, and it felt like they came out of nowhere. But in the
Mm-hmm.
dream, I was like with these women, and it was like my soul was like desperately trying to be like, hey, there's a reason why shit's not working out right now.
Yeah.
I need you to like realize what's going on. And so
Mm-hmm.
I would be like, it was like an orgy, I guess, but like it was just like this whole like euphoric, blissful, expansive, beautiful, light filled
Mm.
space where it was just like the most peace I had ever felt. And then I would wake up and I would be like, what the fuck?
Mm-hmm.
What's going on? And then I told him, and then I would have the dreams again and again and again and again. And I would tell him, and I'm like, I don't fucking like know. I don't understand like why I'm like, and I would sit there with him and I'd be like, that feels more good to me. That feels right. And
Yeah.
then he was like, well, then maybe you just need to try to be with women and see. Set up. But
Yep. Yep. I've heard that too.
so I found one that felt right to me. Turned out to be his twin flame,
Mm.
who came back around years later. But she was like, I'm so in love with you. Like, I don't want to leave you. I don't, blah, blah, blah. She was with her ex husband, blah, 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 whatever. But it was an experience that I needed to have to show me how right that is for me. And so I understood it as also another soul agreement, but one that is absolved now, but one that needed to happen back then. And so it was really fucking hard, and I'm going to be so real and honest because I feel like there are people that need to hear this, and probably you too.
Hmm.
Ever since that moment with her, I could not be romantic with him without thinking of her.
Mm-hmm.
I literally like could not do it. It was so difficult. It was so hard. I had so much guilt. I I literally would like close my eyes and all I would see was her.
Yeah.
And I was like, what's wrong with me?
Yep. I relate to this a lot. Yep.
And for years, like so many fucking years, that was always the case. And
Mm.
it became normal, which is fucking devastating.
Yeah.
Devastating. Like to the point where I was like, well, I guess that's just my life. Like, I'll just have to imagine, you know what I mean?
Right. Yep.
Because I tried to keep, the family together. I tried to do the things and be the husband and the wife and the family unit and
Yeah.
sacrifice what would make my soul happy to and my heart to give the kids a happy, healthy life with their father.
Yeah.
And all that happened was it went to shit every single time
Yes.
because it wasn't supposed to keep going.
Yeah.
And I didn't want to give up because I'm like so determined and so, I'm like, no, I can find a way, I can make it happen. And I've always been that way. But every single time something happened and it just went to shit, went to shit, went to shit, went to shit, went to shit. And I was just like, fuck. Like, what do I do? And I was afraid. I was afraid of doing it all by myself.
Mm-hmm.
Like I didn't have a lot of family support or anything to really fall back on except for me and my spirit team, which I'm grateful for them beyond measure. But I didn't understand even like what that even fully looked like for me back then. I was just like, he was all I knew from the time I was barely 20 years old.
Yeah.
So it, and then I feel like I proclaimed it. I was like, I'm going to be free. I'm going to find whoever my female partners are. I'm going to date. I'm going to find my soul connections or just even find my fucking wife, like whoever that is. And just let myself explore. And then I ended up in a soul connection to another male partner who I don't regret choosing, but it has been one of the most difficult fucking experiences of my life.
Mm-hmm.
And I know why. And I do see the soul evolution progress that's happened since. But again, that's like, why are we still dealing with all this hard shit? Like, can it be,
Yeah.
please be better now? Because like, I feel like I've learned enough lessons.
Mm-hmm.
But again, like, it's that deep peace when I feel the feeling of allowing myself to connect with women in that way, where it's like it's the most expansive. It's like this.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a natural. It's like this. Yeah. It's, yeah, I relate to that 100%.
It's like feeling God
Mm-hmm.
radiate
Yeah.
through my entire body, soul, heart, being
Yes.
freely, and not feel any condemnation or restrictions or limitations or what it's supposed to look like. None of that shit. It's just most expansive. When I see a man who is has makeup on, looks fucking beautiful, doesn't give a shit what anybody thinks, and just has that divine feminine essence and doesn't have to have a label, doesn't have to be a thing that everybody can call him. He's
Mm-hmm.
just a being that is just living freely and exploring his femininity and masculinity at the same feeling. I mean, obviously, I don't like personally physically experience it as him, but it's that same expansive, like, holy fuck, that's beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
And and it feels right. And it's because as we go through this ascension planetarily, we're supposed to be allowing ourselves to come back to that state of balance within our feminine and masculine
Mm.
sides, because as we advance as beings, higher level beings already do this. A lot of higher dimensional beings are already androgynous. They're very fluid.
Mm-hmm.
They don't like need to be in a box. They're just like, some of them are more masculine, some of them are more feminine. Obviously, a lot of them have like female and male organs, but
Mm-hmm.
they don't they don't like, they make love with whoever their soul is connected to. They don't have that like weird, that like very religious oriented, constructed like man and woman only must make baby and go to hell if you don't bullshit.
Right. Yeah.
But yeah, that's really like a a very abbreviated, a lot omitted summary of like a lot of different fragments and pieces of my story, because it's been hard. And then I've even had like people, men be like, I accept you as you are and totally be with whoever you want to be, and I'll still love you and be with you, and I'll be here. And then when I tried, the insecurities, the sabotage, the subconscious manipulation, the fucking, as soon as I start getting closer to whoever she is, they're trying to like rip me back. So it's been a really fucking hard journey. And I feel like me and you openly talking about this, I feel like so many, especially now, so many women are realizing, they're like, am I gay or am I bi? Like I need to experience whatever this is, but they're fucking depressed.
Yeah, they are.
Because they're like, well, because they're already in a fucking relationship. The amount of hundreds of thousands of comments I see on lesbian women's posts on TikTok or anywhere where they're like, man, I'm married, but it's not that serious, or God, I fucking wish,
Yeah. I mean, the masked lesbian TikTok is doing so much of the work of getting women to realize that they're gay. Like so many women I've talked to are like, I realized I was gay because I was on TikTok looking at masked lesbians. I'm like, well, that's why they're there for you. Like their following is straight women.
Literally.
Yeah.
It's because they don't realize that they're not fucking attracted to just the men. They're just attracted to the masculine energy.
Yes. But also masked lesbians are women. And I love the feminine energy. My girlfriend is masked lesbian and she does masculinity and femininity so well. And I'm a feminine presenting lesbian, but I have a lot of masculinity in me as well. And I love it. And I love having the oscillation between the two in our relationship. And I love being able to honor my masculinity in a way I never have before. And I think that's a beautiful part of same-sex relationships, is that there isn't a gender role. Yes. And I love that. I love it. I want to buy her flowers. I want to get her door. I get her door every time. She's not allowed to get her own door. She knows this. Like, it's my favorite thing. She's my angel baby princess. And even though she's masculine presenting, she is a woman and she deserves to be honored and cherished and adored just like every woman does. And so I think that's also a misconception in same-sex relationships, is that there is a man and a woman. It's like there isn't. That's the whole point.
Right.
We're both women. And just because one has boy clothes on and the other one has high heels on doesn't mean that they're not both being treated like women, and that one doesn't own masculinity and one doesn't own femininity. And I think if heterosexual couples, this is just my own hot take, but I think if heterosexual couples allowed the oscillation between that within the masculine and feminine and within the man and the woman, there would be a lot less breaking up, I think. And I mean, men are taught how to not be women. And that's kind of what being a man is, I guess, is just anything but a woman. And I think that's such a shame, because there's so many beautiful things about honoring your femininity, and same thing with women is, honoring their masculinity. And so anyway, I love that about lesbian relationships.
Yes. And I just want to touch on something, because I feel like while we are in this, I should say it, the part where this stupid fucking stigma still exists, where people are like, well, who's the man of the relationship? especially when there's a more masculine presenting woman. Nobody. That's literally the point, is that they're not a man. There is not a man in the relationship.
Yes.
And that whole bullshit, well, where's the strap? None of your fucking business.
Yeah.
How about that?
Yeah. Like you're fetishizing a relationship. Well, and that's a thing that people do, is they reduce coming out late in life specifically to sex. Yes. And they're like, oh, you're just trading dick for pussy. And it's like, no. What? Like, so then you just view women as a sexual object then. That's what you're telling on yourself by saying that. You just think that all women are good for in relationships is the sex that they provide. That's insane and extremely misogynistic. And I've heard that from men and women on, in my comments saying things like that. And it's just wild to me how you could just reduce relationships down to sex when there's so many other facets of intimacy that go into a relationship. And it just goes to show how shallow they view relationships. And I'm not having any of that.
Not so proud of you. There's so many of them that are like that.
So many. And I thought when I first came out, oh, sex with a man is the most unnatural thing, or it feels unnatural. That must be the only problem in my relationship, is that. No, because when you step into your queerness, your gayness, and you live in it, every part of your life feels more natural. Every part of your relationship feels more natural. Every part of you feels more natural. It's not just about sex, which I can get into all of that because I love talking about sex, but like having sex with women for the first time and everything, like it's a wonderful experience and all of that. but and in general, just sex with them in general is just phenomenal. But yeah, it's so shallow to come in and reduce coming out specifically, but just relationships in general down to sex. It's ridiculous. And there's so much more that goes into being gay than who you're fucking. It's crazy.
And that's just a lot of men in general. It's very disconnected mindsets. It's because the structure of society, the way it has been for so long, is the men are taught, you go to work, you work all day, you get a wife, you come home, she does all the cooking, cleaning, taking care of the kids. You have the kids and they're like providing the money and whatever. And then like the main source of connection they have is sex.
Yep.
And there's no real intimacy. There's no real, they put in time and effort to talk to her or ask her how she's doing
or understand her
as a person, let alone her heart and soul. A lot of them are very like worker bee, disconnected, detached beings.
Yes.
And some of the women are also very detached and disconnected and also very sex oriented only. Yes. Because they also are just used to that dynamic. The amount of us that are more fully embodied and aligned with our soul and want to connect on a heart, mind, body, soul level and experience real intimacy, get to know the person that you're with on every level.
Yes.
Love them, even their inner child self and their inner teenage self, and like see them like who they were growing up and like learn them and make them feel fucking loved all of the way around is so much smaller than the vast majority of society, which is really fucking sad. It's devastating to think about it, but that's just the reality of it. And that's why you get so many comments like that, because most of them sadly live those kind of lives. And it's just like they go on dating sites, they send women dick pics, they hoping it's like a fucking fishing rod and somebody's gonna
someone's gonna bite.
And that's like the extent of their effort. How are you doing? How was your day?
Right.
Fucking Australopithecus fucking brain.
Yeah.
Like, get the fuck out of here. And it's like, bitch, first of all, even if I was going to talk to you, can you be any kind of fucking creative with, you know you sent that same message to like 64 girls today, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, they
Anyway,
think being derogatory will be what opens the door for them to find a wife.
yeah, they're not going to catch a wife like that.
I mean, maybe, but you might have to go overseas or something. I don't know.
Yeah, and I fucking love so much. Sorry, I'm gonna switch lanes, but I love so much how you said how you treat her, because that's literally me. Like,
Yeah.
I've always also like should have known. I really should have known. The first day I met my ex-husband, I literally picked him up under his armpits, and I was like, "You're so little," and he was like, "Please don't do that." I would like break furniture down to like throw it away, and I'm getting the fucking hammer out and destroying shit and like breaking it apart. And I was like, I've always been like very like I need to like get that like masculine energy out. I play video games now because I stream.
Yeah.
I love shooters. I love like letting my masculine energy play, and like I didn't think I would like stuff like that. I had to kind of desensitize myself to it because it's gross, but
Mm-hmm.
um it's I've always been super masculine. I used to like bodybuild. I had like an 8 pack. I used to
Mm-hmm.
bench like 250 pounds with my legs. Like I
Wow.
was more muscular than like my guy friends. I really should have known, but again, I had all that like previous, stuff going on in there. So I was just very, very, very masculine, but with a very feminine energy and a very feminine face.
Yes. Yes.
But I'm like that. I'm like, no,
Mm-hmm.
you're not. Like well, we'll say ex, but we're very close. Um, she, on Valentine's Day, I, I ordered her, we live apart from each other. I ordered her, some flowers and some stuff for Valentine's Day, and I got her a bunch of things and surprised her. And I had her go. She just moved into her new apartment, and I had her go pick it up. And she didn't know what was going on. And I was like, "Somebody's gonna be there in a little bit." She's like, "What?" Because we did like a virtual date, and she's very like, she's more masculine as well. Super fucking beautiful, incredible, amazing soul. Like
Mm-hmm.
literally, I tell her all the time, I'm like, she's one of my favorite people in the whole universe. But
Mm-hmm.
um, when she got everything, she was like, I gotta go for a little bit. I'll call you back. And she cried, and she called me back, and she was like, nobody's ever done that for me before. And she was married for like, I think 7 years or something.
Yeah.
She was like, nobody's ever done that for me before. And I was like, that's fucking bullshit. But I'm thankful that I could be the first one.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, that's the beautiful, it's so healing to be in a relationship with a woman because I relate to that too. Like I don't know what to do with all of this love. Like, I don't know how I'm like, how do I even receive all of this love you're giving me? Like, I've never been loved like this before. I've never been cherished. I've never been listened to like this. I've never been
Right. Your
heard.
nervous
And
system is like, what?
yeah. And well, we're long distance. And so we don't get to see each other we see each other maybe every 2 weeks, maybe sometimes less, sometimes more than that. But every time we're together, I sleep so much better. And because
Mhm.
I don't sleep well some nights, I've had insomnia off and on for a few years since I left the church.
I
And
have it too. It sucks.
sucks. And with her, I'm just like out,
Peace.
peace, peace. And it's interesting because when I met her, it was a soul recognition. Like I saw her and I saw me,
Mm,
and I didn't know what to do with that,
yeah.
but I just felt like I knew her,
Hmm.
and it's been beautiful. It's been really beautiful, and I'm so glad every day that I did the really hard, scary thing so I can be with her and also know this part of myself that I wouldn't have known if she hadn't come into my life. because she was my catalyst. I saw her and I didn't know I was gay. And then I was like, oh my God, I think I'm gay.
It'll make me cry. I'm so incredibly happy for you.
Thank you.
I know that
Thanks.
was really, really hard.
It was the hardest thing I've ever done. And I would do it over and over again.
Yeah, it's big. It's like, I wish people could, my hope is that in people hearing this, your story and mine, that they can feel some hope and feel brave to make the hard choice, because I do agree with you, even though it's harder to do than to say and to know, that it is a lot harder to live with the reality of never making that choice for yourself.
Yeah.
Than to just finally be brave enough to live in your full reality. And it doesn't mean that for every woman that or person that you're going to just be only gay just because you choose yourself and find your journey. You might be bi, you might be pan, whatever, but as long as you give yourself that chance to just know what it feels like, to know who you are, to find that for yourself. I mean, life is so precious. We don't know, how long we really have in it, and it's to me, it's so worth it to just give yourself the opportunity to really feel real happiness in this lifetime.
I agree with that. We're all going to die one day. And that was something that I really helped. I know it sounds really morbid, but that thought helped me a lot. Like, I'm going to die and everyone I know is going to die.
Yeah.
And what am I going to do when my soul is screaming at me?
Yeah.
What am I going to do? Listen to her or not? And your soul isn't trying to harm you by telling you to do these things. It's guiding you towards joy and towards freedom. And I think the definition of freedom is allowing yourself to feel it all, the lower emotions and the elevated emotions. And I think they're all a gift that we get to have as humans. And I think back to, like, if you're pan or bisexual, I host a membership on Instagram for women who are going through these life changes and navigating, divorce coming out, all of these things. And a lot of them are questioning, well, am I bi? Am I gay? And am I pan? What is it? And I think the better question is not necessarily what the label is, because sometimes that really, really doesn't help people, is trying to label themselves.
Right.
The better question is, what do you want for your life?
What feels good too?
What feels good? Do you want to be with a woman? Do you want to get divorced from a man to be with a woman? Do you want to stay married and open your marriage up? Do you want to stay married and honor your sexuality in some other way? Like, that is the question. It's not what the label is, unless a label feels good.
Yeah.
But if it doesn't, it's, what do you want?
Yeah.
What is it that you see for yourself? What is it that your body is calling you to? Because your body will never lie, ever. And I didn't have a sexual experience with a woman before I came out. And a lot of people are perplexed by that. But I mean, if you think about it, straight people say they're straight before having sex all the time. So it's, for me, the same thing. And my, obviously now living as a gay person, my body continues to reinforce these, that I'm very, very gay. Even like after, I think the second or third time I slept with my girlfriend, she's only been with women, and she was like, "You're very gay."
Yeah.
And I was like, "Thank you. I know, but thank you. I needed like a little, yeah, okay. I know, but okay."
Fist bump.
Yeah, like, okay, I'm really gay. I knew it, but now like you're telling me, okay, the validation,
It feels
right.
good.
It does, because like I hadn't had a sexual experience. I came out, and then I started dating my girlfriend, and just like her validating that was just like, okay, I know, but like, okay, thanks.
It does feel good to hear it because how else are you gonna like mentally, consciously like feel validated from your lack of experience and someone
Right.
who has been with women and
Mm-hmm.
can know what that feels like when someone's truly embodying that energy and that feeling. So yeah, it
Yeah.
feels good. I remember I'm just gonna say her name.
Mm-hmm.
Mo, she was like, well, I got to give you your official gay card, so here you go.
Here you go. Here it is. It's a
She,
membership like Costco.
yeah, she's only been with women too, but she
Mm-hmm.
was like, yeah, you're gay.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, because a lot of these women who've only been with women, they're like these straight girl or whatever gay experience. They're like, oh, I want to see what it's like to be with a
Hmm.
woman. And at least my girlfriend, she's been the gay experience for other women, and a lot of the time she's like,
They're not gay.
"You're not gay, sorry." Yeah, yeah. So knowing that about her, and then her saying like, "You're very gay," I was like, okay, yes, yes, okay, thank you.
I love that so
Mhm,
much.
mhm.
I'm so grateful that we got to have this conversation today.
Me too. Thank you for being so open and real and raw. It was beautiful and refreshing. I appreciate it.
That's the only way that I can be
Love that.
with the people that I am able to be that with.
Yeah.
Otherwise, everybody gets kind of the love, but they get the outer layer.
Yes. Oh yeah, for
but
sure.
but we can't really affect the bigger, deeper level of change and healing unless we come from deepest parts of ourselves.
Hmm.
I wanted to ask you to give the name of the group, and I'll also put it in the video. I'm also going to put all the episodes on Spotify as well. Finally, 2.5 years later of podcasting. Uh, I just figured out how to do it the other night, which I'm so grateful for, but without having to go through like crazy amounts of work. But anyways, the group that you have on Instagram, so people
Hmm.
can find it
Yeah.
and anything else that you're doing, I really want people to know how to find you.
Oh, thank you. Yeah. So you can find the group by messaging me on Instagram at Briana K Smith with two H's.
And I'll have
That's
it
where I
all.
am. Yeah. TikTok. I'm also on TikTok a lot, but the group is called the Ungovernable Inner Circle, and it's uh, just hosted right on Instagram through my close friend stories and a private group chat. And there's a bunch of women in there navigating all of it. And I basically I'm walking through my own process of coming out and dismantling my life, and so I share that, and then I also guide and support and help reframe problems that women are having in this process. We have a weekly theme every week, which is really great. The women can vote and decide on what they need, most more support in, and it's just become such a beautiful, healing, supportive space. And I am so grateful and honored to be able to be a part of these women's process. I have women who are getting engaged to women. I have women
Mm,
who are filing for divorce, women who are navigating polyamorous relationships with their husband. I have women who've been lesbian their entire life and just wanted to be a part of the group, and who are experiencing their own kind of sexual awakening in their 50s and 60s, even though they've been gay for so long, with their new partners that they're meeting. It's just really, really beautiful, and I'm extremely honored to be a part of their process. And I also write on Substack, so I have a Substack that's linked on all of my stuff, but it's called The Ungovernable. Ungovernable
okay.
is kind of the word for my
Yeah,
brand.
I love it.
And yeah, I'm working on my first memoir right now. because I started flexing my writing muscles back in September, and it's been really fulfilling and cathartic. And it's just, I'm excited, and we'll see when that happens, when it's released, but I am working on it, and working on other products for late in life lesbians as well, kind of self-guided, day by day, feeling like you're walking with me through this process. So I'm working on those products as well, and just really wanting to provide the best support I can for women going through this, because I understand how specific, how niche, how painful, how much shame and guilt and trauma and all of that you feel while you're going through this. So I want to provide the best possible transformations for these women, to know that they can trust themselves and that they can move despite the fear, that they have all the bravery that they need within themselves already. And it's just been really fulfilling for me to do this work. So I appreciate you.
So incredibly amazing.
Thank you. I appreciate you giving me the space to speak about this, and having such a candid conversation.
Thank you so much for just all of this. I mean, God, I really can only imagine how many people this is going to help. I mean, and how many people you're helping already. Like, you're doing incredible work. You know that, right?
Thank you. I appreciate you for saying that.
I know you're in the middle of it, so it's kind of hard to like see from the outside, but I'm looking at you and I'm like, holy shit. Like, holy shit, that's a lot. You're doing a lot. This is amazing. I'm incredibly fucking proud of you. Wow.
Thank you. You're going to make me cry now. Thank you. It really means a lot. It really, really means a lot.
You keep going.
Appreciate that. Thank you.
You're welcome, but I mean it with love. Like, dude, you're actually doing it, and you're stepping into a leadership role on all of it. So make sure you remember to give yourself grace.
Yes, I'm learning to do that. And that is it's definitely a part of my healing for sure, is to love on myself in the way that she needs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's super, super important.
Yeah.
But keep going, and please make sure if you haven't, send me all of the things that you just mentioned so I can link them, because those are really important.
Okay. Yes, I will.
All right. Well, I want you to know that today your contribution to this whole space was and is so incredibly important and valuable. And I'm so grateful to have you on and to have met you. And I hope that I can also, I'm going to join your group. And I hope that,
I love that.
Yeah, I hope that I can contribute some beauty and love and healing in there. I know I can, but I hope that my contribution is just able to ripple out and help affect some healing and change for everyone, including myself.
Yeah.
Because we all need this right now. So thank you for your part, because it's big, and it's bigger than you think it is.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Yes. Well, and you too. Thank you for speaking about this and creating content and support for women as well in this space. I appreciate that.
A million times I would do it over and over. I'm so grateful to do this. I hope you have a really beautiful rest of your day, and thank your babies from me for being so patient.
They did pretty well. So yeah, I'm going to reward them with ice cream or something.
Yes.
So.